Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa. Today is Friday, so you know what that means. Grab something red, grab a drink, grab your buddy, jump in the live chat because we remember everyone deployed on Fridays. We appreciate everyone in our military that is fighting to protect all of us and their families that are missing their loved ones. So, we are going to meet my buddy Westwood. We're going to hear about the meetup that's coming to Metamora, Illinois. We're going to be on the town square. There's new stuff happening. We've got giveaways. We have amazing crypto warriors that are going to be there. We have people slinging silver. We've got truth warriors. We want to see you there. So join us with Clint Westwood right after this. Happy Friday, Westwood.
Happy Friday.
Good to see you.
Guten Tag.
Guten
Tag. Yeah, great to see you. Good to see me. I know. It's like okay to see me.
Here we are. It's almost Westwood season again.
Yeah, baby.
Holy cow.
Next week, Friday. 1 week.
1 week.
We're going to be live in a bar. Well, I'm always live at a bar. But I mean, you're going to be live at a bar with me. So that's
right.
going to be like one of 2 events every year, minimum.
Yeah. Typically 3.
Yeah. There's 2 here.
2 here. Yeah. 2 in Illinois, at least 1 in Oklahoma. Next year we might be in Arkansas.
Yeah, and Lisa's like, it's 2025. We're going to have a bull run. We're going on the road every month.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the bull run. I can't wait to get back on the road. I was talking to Bix and Amy the other night about it. I was trying to get them to Illinois.
And that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
But I get it. They're way out there.
I love it. Yes. I love the road trip. Andy Sheckman was he started doing a show called Little by Little. And he had G. Edward Griffin on, who, you know, an OG of the freedom movement and truther. And he's going to be in Tulsa on November 16th and 17th at the Red Pill Expo. And Andy was talking about coming, and that's just down the road from me. So I'm going to be going to that. Living
on Tulsa.
Yes. And so I'm super excited about that. And I was wondering if Bix was going to go. He's like, no, but we'll get to see
Come on, man.
His wife, hopefully. And
the lovely Amy
Griffin. Yeah. So I'm super excited about that. So I don't know. There's just lots of good things happening. Lots and lots of good things happening.
Yeah, people getting arrested and breaking some of these rings up. We'll see. P did him. We'll see what happens. Is it time? Is it time to pull the whole house of cards down?
I don't know. I heard P. Diddy wants to speak at his own trial.
What's the role?
Testify. Which, you know, usually those things take a while.
Yeah.
For him to like get arrested, and like usually it takes a while for the trial to happen. For this to happen so quickly, that sounds a little fishy.
It's moving.
Then they're, you know, all these other stars are deleting their Twitter things. I saw a meme on Facebook from one of my mostly normal friends, and it said, "Hey, while you are worried about P. Diddy, 159 countries just dropped the US dollar." And I was like, oh
man,
what's happening?
Yeah, you know, no biggie. It's all good in the hood. I'm trying to tag people.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks
Get
for
it in
sharing.
here, retweet it.
Anyone needs to take a moment and share, like and share,
Hit that thumbs up,
please.
subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified every time the lovely Like Queen Lisa goes live.
I appreciate all of that. And I've had, I really appreciate, I just want to take a minute because things are tight for everyone right now. And I had a couple people join Patreon. I appreciate
Good.
it so much. And I had some really amazing sales on my online store, Mighty Merchant Mercantile. I sold that little cookie jar that's used to sit the scary clown.
You
Sold
got rid of that?
$230.
Well, I'm glad you did because
1970 is a McCoy,
it's a lot of cookies.
like perfect mint condition.
It looked cool.
It was very cool, but it was scary. But
A little bit.
somebody bought that. We sold the Epern for like $600. No, I think we took an offer for $550.
Okay.
And I had another big sale this week.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I can't remember. Anyway, I really appreciate it. So that like helps me out tremendously. We had to spend a couple days in the hospital with Canon this week, and so that kind of stuff is just like very encouraging to get that kind of support from our friends on the channel. So thank you, and all the links are in the description to help us help out. So it's awesome.
Okay. Retweeted, all that stuff.
So, and all of our prayers and thoughts to everyone that is Javi's power went out yesterday while you guys were on Hash It Out. And I know a lot of our friends live in Florida. Jenny, we're sending lots of love to you.
I think Daddy O's power is out too in South Carolina.
Daddy O's power's
I think
out
it's still
too.
out.
Yeah. Lots of people were affected by the Hurricane Helena. So sending our love and prayers out. People died during this hurricane.
It's horrible, the flooding.
Yes.
I mean, you see some of these videos of people in their homes and just
Their
water
homes
just rushing in. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it's devastating.
Yeah, it's just ruined. I mean, you know, your whole house. I mean, what do? It's all inundated with seawater. I mean, or Gulf water, whatever you want to call it. But still, not water you want in your house.
Yeah.
Not
no,
good.
it can just destroy a home. So
ruin it.
Just wanted to make sure we
yeah,
you know, it's interesting. So that happened, and just yesterday, the National Guard, they just assigned a new leader at the National Guard, and like all new leadership on multiple levels, and at different posts. And so all of that kind of kicks in. So
interesting.
Where else to see this? A lot of people are on YouTube chatting in the live chat.
Yeah.
If you want to be in with the community, we have a really strong community on YouTube in the live chat. And so we'd love to have you join on. If you go to YouTube and go to Litecoin Lisa on YouTube, there's a bunch of friends there that all chat together and we go live every Friday for happy hour. And you're welcome to join the community there. So, but thanks for joining us on X as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Nope, it's good. But yeah, the chat, I mean, that's where it kind of rolls. I mean, that's where everybody's chatting it up is on YouTube. So yeah, check that out. And like Lisa said, go to Litecoin Lisa on YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And every time we go live, you get to watch, participate, be part of the community.
Mark's power's off again too.
And
he's in Puerto Rico. Well, how do you say it?
Commonwealth.
Vaqueras. How do you say the little island that he's on?
Vieques? I don't know.
Vieques.
I don't know.
We're probably saying it wrong. Vieques. We need to go visit there, and then
and then we can really, then we'll hear it from the locals how it's pronounced, and then it'll internalize, and so we need to go down there just to make sure that we get a good education. That's and right. We're using the language properly and not discriminating or anything. We want to be accurate, so we need to take a trip.
That's right.
And you don't even need a passport, do you?
You shouldn't, because it's a U.S.
territory.
Territory.
US. Yeah. I wouldn't think you would. Well, good. I can actually go there. I'm on a list. I can't. Won't let me
I
leave.
just don't want to have to fly, and you would have to fly to get there. Ugh. Then you get the
that's
TSA
no fun.
violation.
Now stop. You're going to make Benny nervous. Talking about flying. He's going to take a
I don't
plane
think
trip
he's
here.
on the list though, or anything, because like I think I got on the list because I traveled with weapons and stuff.
All kinds of freedom things. You know,
I think that's why I get
personal rights and liberty things. You know,
Mhm.
that get you in trouble. Get you in trouble.
I believe that's
The
why.
Empire doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Shake you down.
And also precious metals. They like to see how much you're traveling with in case they need to take their
unfair share.
Yes, their portion. Oh no.
Pound of flesh.
Yes.
What do we have? No passport required, says Mark Weems. Perfect.
Hey,
Benny-
Zog.
Benny's nervous.
Zog in a while.
Zog in the house. Zog, I had your shirt on today. I was outside working, and you know it's pretty ratty right now. That shirt, that Zog 316 shirt, but it's I still wear it. And I was out working with Mitch and putting up some metal on the pavilion finally today in the wind, which was absolutely ridiculous, stupid. But anyway, yeah, I wore the shirt.
Loves a challenge.
Oh yeah, yep. I just love to be challenged. Rather be left alone personally, but you know.
No, you wouldn't. You love it.
Yeah, love the pain. Earning points, I guess. I'll be richly rewarded in heaven at the end of the video game.
I also missed Spaces last night.
That's all right. Now you got a lot going on. Send good energy and prayers to Lisa and her family. Just positivity. Send it.
I know we all do right now. I know I can feel like Trump
it's all this.
I can feel it in the air tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
You know he says, "Oh Lord."
I can feel it. Anyway.
Oh Lord.
We're gonna be doing some of that next Friday. We're having karaoke at the bar at the meetup.
And Allie is going to be singing for us.
Allie,
I cannot wait.
And the lovely Litecoin Lisa.
Excited to hear her sing in person.
I'm sure Mitch will get up there and do a duet. I mean,
yes, it's going to be so much fun, you guys.
It's going to be nuts and off the hook.
It's going to be amazing. Mark Weems is going to be there. Who knows? He may be a great singer. We don't even know yet.
Benny, he's going to bring his. Well, I've got the didgeridoo. He's going to bring his flute, and we'll play some, native music and.
We don't even know what might be unleashed.
I'm gonna bring a cowbell. Guess we got more cowbell.
That will be perfect. Yeah, everyone will bring their best. Yeah. Oh,
triangle.
Man. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
All the things, all the props.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a little out of the loop. We had some trouble today. Well, had trouble yesterday, and then they sent us home, and then today we were at the hospital, and then Cannon the more pretty girls. I have a theory now that he specifically kind of likes it when we have a hard time at the hospital because the more nurses come in the room.
Oh yeah.
And then he starts getting happier and happier. He'll be 14 in October. And
you're on to something.
I think I'm on to something. And then he starts wooing them with his Latin that he's learning and all these things that he's learning.
Little Latino heat. No, that's not.
Yeah, with his homeschooling, he starts telling, and then he's playing songs on his, and then he starts singing. But he went today he went into Beetlejuice. And what's that song on that where they're all sitting there? 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, or whatever.
Okay,
daylight coming, me wanna go home.
Yeah.
And so that's the song. He's like, Mom, I just want to leave. So he was being grumpy. That was his way of being a little turd.
Mm-hmm.
Is that he wanted to go home. And so he starts playing that song, and they're trying to find veins.
Daylight coming, I want to go home.
Because I told him to stop complaining. And I was like, look, they're doing their job. You stop being disrespectful.
Yep.
Don't complain. So he starts playing that song instead, and they
Oh,
start laughing. They thought it was so
oh
funny.
yeah, he's so cute.
Yeah, they think he's so cute. Oh gosh, little turd.
Soaking it up, soaking it up. Mhm.
And then at the end, he was like, Miss Brooklyn, I really think I want you to do my IVs next time. She goes, oh no, honey, I just got out of nursing school. I can't. We'll get Miss PJ to do it just from the beginning next time. I won't try again. Where he goes, no, you can try next time.
That's okay. I'm willing to be, the patient.
Yeah.
I'm willing to let you.
Oh, he was
practice.
such a little turd.
Oh boy, yeah.
He's working it.
I know. I remember. I have memories of that age. Young men. Watch out.
Yeah. And then he's asking her how old she is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's incredible. But anyway.
Paying attention to all the things.
Yes.
Oh boy.
And then he needed pillows. And he needed other things anyway. Crazy.
Yeah, sounds like he's got to go.
So I'm very out of the loop. I apologize.
No, it's all good. It's all good. All good in the hood.
You'll have to fill me in on.
I'm kind of out of the loop too. I mean, I forgot yesterday. I forgot to eat yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, what I'll do is like before noon, I've kind of gotten in that habit to where it's like I don't want to eat anything, because I just feel sluggish, and then I want to go back to sleep. It's like so I don't eat. So yesterday I got noon comes and something happened and did this, did that, and then somebody came over, and next thing you know, it's time for hash it out. Well, then we do that, and I'm drinking a little bit, and
oh gosh,
next thing you know, I'm doing a spaces, and 1:20 last night I go inside, and I'm like, I didn't eat anything today.
Oh my gosh.
I said, I'm not gonna eat anything now, so I just crashed. Got up, and here I am. After I had a rough day. I really did. I had a lot going on. I'm not gonna get into it, but it was just like things with work. I mean, just like nerve wracking. Servers had to be rebuilt, and DNS was messed up, and it's like and everybody's having issues. So I'm like, no, that always happens whenever I want to do something. Mitch is like, hey, I got the day off. Let's do this metal today, and of course, can't do it by himself because the wind's blowing so freaking bad, and the metal be like all over like a sail. Not a sailor, a Michael sailor. With Michael Sailor. But
everyone is talking about him, and I'm sorry, but I'm just not that impressed.
I know.
So you're a billionaire and you bought some crypto. Yeah. Wow, bro.
All you do is take out debt against your company to buy Bitcoin.
How are you an expert? What makes you an expert? I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's just it's basically just pick your asset and pump it. It's like, I'm not saying Bitcoin's not a great asset. I mean, but he's talking about it going to $1 million and transaction fees over $1,000, and he's okay with that. I'm not okay with that if I'm putting 10 grand into it and thinking I got something, and then it costs me $1,000 to move it. I mean, all of it. Let's say I just want to take a piece out. I need $2,000. Well, it's going to cost you $1,000 transaction fee. He's fine with that and admits it because he's got 250,000 of them. MicroStrategy. So it's like they don't care. It ain't about the little guy. It's about us. We want to be the winners. We're the vampires. Play in the casino and let us suck up all your energy. F you.
Yeah, Johnny talked about it last night. We talk about, and you've always said this, like it's a tool to be used. It's about using it as a payment.
Right.
And it's for freedom. It's
not like carrying around a sledgehammer, everywhere you go. And it's like, no, I don't need a sledgehammer, some big nail to hit. And it's like, no, that's a bad tool because you can't do a lot with it. It's very specific.
Right.
Like a pocket knife would be better, very quick and efficient and do. I don't know. It's, that's the thing. At some point, it will cease to be a relevant payment system. I mean, peer-to-peer anyway, because it's going to be too inefficient, and so that's why Litecoin's ready to go. Just saying. Been warned many times. Tired of beating the dead horse.
Well, and remember, I don't know if you remember when SL had that girl, Brandy, which she knew nothing about crypto at all,
right.
Or silver, to be honest. Right. But she was like,
or Dorothy.
She was sweet. Yes, she didn't even know about the Wizard of Oz, and she was talking about we were asking her about silver and crypto and whatever. And she was explaining the opening scene from The Wizard of Oz when I asked her about silver. And she was like, oh, there's like grandma and there's like this storm. And um, and she's like there's black and white, and this little lady goes up in a rocking chair, but then she comes down, but she's like in the neighbor's yard, but she's okay. And because we were asking her like when the price of silver would move. Well, is Helena the storm? And I kept thinking, you remember when Trump said on DJT day when oil went negative, and he said, don't worry, Mexico will pay us back in another way. And I always said like, oh, well, they'll pay us back in silver in another way. Like that'll be what it'll be. Like we'll get a bunch of silver from Mexico.
Like another form of payment.
And another form of payment. Yeah, I always thought that's what it would be.
A little bit of Bitcoin and pay off the 35 trillion. Give them a little bit of Bitcoin.
It could be.
Hey.
Could that be?
I talked about it last night on Spaces a little bit, but anyway.
Oh, tell me. I totally missed it.
I don't know. It might have been. I might have been heavily liquidated, and I'm not 100% sure if I was speaking a lot of truth or just a lot of other stuff. But it was. And by the way, there will be a Spaces tonight too, which is I don't know why I do this to myself, but I love the community, and it's the last Spaces for like 2 weeks because we probably won't have one next week because we'll be at the bar doing karaoke and all the things, and remind me to talk more about all the things. But no, if I'm president,
tell everybody where to find Spaces just really quick before you.
Okay, Spaces. You go on the X platform, formerly known as Twitter, owned by Elon Musk, and you have an account. And if you want to find me,
_
Oh yeah, right. Clint Westwood.
Do the symbol.
But just go to my website. Usually it's down here somewhere, clintwestwood.net. Yeah, just go to that. And then at the top, it's going to say, follow me on X or Twitter, and click on that. And then you'll see my profile. And you can just say, follow.
You can also find it in the description of this video.
Yeah, there you go. Find it everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Westwood world. Yeah. So, yeah, I was talking about it. So basically what Spaces is, it's on Twitter, X, and it's a conversation to where anybody can speak if you're allowed to have the microphone. Some people, they lose the privilege because they're very insulting, and so we usually don't have that problem. We have good people that come in there and want to talk about stuff, and so we were talking about how do you pay off the debt. Well, technically you can't pay off the debt with the existing money. With dollar bills in your pocket, you can't pay off the debt. You can't tax people for things that haven't been created. And what I mean by that is every time one of these dollars gets created, let's say there's none, and the Federal Reserve started. We're talking about G. Edward Griffin, the creature from Jekyll Island. 1913, the Federal Reserve. You got a Federal Reserve note. Says it right at the top. Comes out of the Fed. It's not a silver certificate like it used to be. You used to be able to take these, go to the bank, get an ounce of silver, or $1 worth of silver. But now, Federal Reserve notes. So if one gets created, there's debt attached to it. So let's say it's $1.05 now that you have to pay back. Well, where are you going to get the 5 cents? Well, you got to print another dollar bill. And then another dollar bill to pay back the other dollar bills and the interest. And so you see what happens is if there's always interest attached to it, you can't really ever pay it back without creating more and more and more and more and more. And so that's why you have $35 trillion in debt now. And so what do you do to fix it? I just roll in. And I'd be like, you've heard about like the $1 trillion platinum coin they've talked about. Oh, what is a platinum coin? Yeah, whatever. Go in there and create whatever you want. A silver coin, special silver coin, make it worth $1 trillion, and there's 35 of them, and you pay people off, that you owe the debt to, and say, take it or leave it. This is the payout. This is the meal. You're gonna eat it. And if you don't like it, so you're paying them off. But the thing is, then you say, and if they don't like it, hey, that's only why would I take that? Because that's stamped on it, $1 trillion. Take it or leave it. Because we got all these resources in the ground called oil and natural gas and gold and all these things. And we're going to build this brand new economy. And either you want to play the game, then you're going to just eat that debt and be done with it. And we can start over. And you can play ball here, or you can go play somewhere else. But we're going to be an economic powerhouse. And that's just the way it is. But you got to fix the money going forward.
Mhm.
You can't have debt-based money going forward. At that point, it could be a resource-based economy. The dollar could be backed by gold, could be backed by oil, could be backed by whatever, or silver. Or you just say, hey, guess what? We're defaulting.
Do you
We're not
remember?
paying it back. It was a corrupt system. We're done. We're wiping it clean. It's over. We're going to drill, baby, drill. We're going to get the gold out of the ground. And the same thing. It's like, no matter what, just eliminate it. Because you can create all the money you want out of the treasury, very inflationary, and it's going to go into it's going to drive prices up, but there's no debt attached to it. None. Why are we outsourcing it to this private entity called the Federal Reserve and giving them interest to print money when the treasury can do it? Stupid.
Right.
So just get rid of it, print it out of the treasury, whatever.
Well, and each state.
Quit playing the game and saying you got to pay back all this crap. It's all garbage.
Each state has their own treasury.
Yeah.
And they have their own resources. Every state has resources. So every state could have their own state treasury or safe. Trump said the other night, he kept saying the word safe. He said we need to have, it needs to be safe, how did he say it? It needs to be safe, or they need to be safe. Oh, dang it. Now I can't remember. But he kept using the word safe. Also, they're using the word tea a lot. People are drinking a lot of tea.
Tea party.
Yeah, there's something up with that.
Or give me the tea. That's the thing. Give me the tea. Like, give me the gossip. Give me the tea.
Oh, I haven't heard that saying.
Oh, yeah. That's, I got a daughter in school. She's University of Alabama. They play Georgia tomorrow. Tuscaloosa. Roll Tide, baby. Anyway, I had to throw that out there. I'm paying for it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I'm paying for it. All right. So anyway, yeah. So I'm just at a bar, having some drinks, talking a bunch of crap on how to get rid of the debt issue. But at some point, you realize it's a big fiction, and they can tax you 100% of your wages, and it won't pay it off. So why even bother with it? Why do we care? Whatever. We're done. It's over. Zero. Blank slate. That's it. We're done. You want to come invade us? Go ahead and invade us. But guess what? You're not going to participate in our markets. You're not going to get any of the goodies. We're going to reindustrialize. But see, you got to have a president that believes in that and says, yes, we are really going to bring all the jobs home, and nothing will be made in China now. Nothing will be made in Asia now. And we're going to make it all right here because we've got all the resources. We've got the energy. And so we're going to have cheap energy, and we're going to make all the stuff. You want to play here or not? Go somewhere else.
And think of how fast Trump turned things around, like during the Great Infection, when he went in and changed those factories into making the respirators and all that.
Yeah.
Like they can do that kind of stuff.
It's yeah. Absolutely. And it's just, it takes, because now we've been playing a big game, that's all it is. We're not truthful about anything. As far as how manufacturing works, we outsource it so you can make big profits. I don't know, whatever. You just got to be America first. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying, the big bully American and be that. I'm saying we've had a bunch of corrupt vampires running the system.
Get out of other countries. The world.
You just got to stop doing any of that crap. And no, we're just going to do it here, and we're going to do it right. And we want everybody to participate, but we're starting over. All that stuff, we're done with it. It's all BS. It's all vampire casino chips. It's done. We're going to go a new way forward. And it's not going to be a debt-based system. It's going to be a resource, energy-based system. And let's all play ball. But if you got a problem with it, then it's over. That's an old system we're done with, and we're not playing that game anymore. So, no, we're starting over.
Well, and that was another thing Trump said. They were talking about, they were asking him about, he met with Zelensky this morning.
That was funny.
And he told him to sit down and where to sit. Apparently that was a good one. I haven't seen the video of it yet.
They were funny. Just the body language. It was like when he walked in front of the Queen. It was that kind of, here's little Zelensky next to him, and he's, the president agrees, wants to end this thing as soon as possible. And he's just like,
what he said. Yeah,
basically. He says, you guys need to get along, Putin, we can work this out. It's not going to be a big deal. It takes two to tango, though. It was just funny. He actually used that word, that phrase. And I'm just like, oh, boy, Zelensky's whooped. He realizes the cash cow's over. Yeah. We're not giving you any more money. the sheriff's back, and we're not going to fund your nonsense.
We're
It's
done.
over. We're going to have peace, and that's it. Deal with it.
I love it.
Play ball or go home, basically.
Oh no, Mark Williams said he lost all sound and can't hear.
Anybody else?
Turn on the closed caption.
Turn up the radio. In my karaoke mode, I'm not a good singer. I'm really not. I wasn't a musical in high school, but it wasn't because I could sing. It was because I could play the role very good. I was recruited, and I couldn't sing. I didn't know I had to sing, but I had to sing, so I faked it. But anyway, we're gonna have karaoke next week. 10-4. 10-4.
Yeah,
good, baby.
tell us all about
Yes, the meetup.
The meetup.
So I talked to Dave. He's the owner, and we worked a bunch of stuff out. Nah, not really. It was this is what we're gonna do. So we're going to open up. He's going to open up a little bit early. He usually opens up at 4. He's going to open up at 3. So get there at 3 o'clock. And he's like, hey, you know, if you want to come here and drink early. I said, well, we're just going to be hanging out here. We might as well go there and drink. And so 3 o'clock, he's going to open up. We'll get ready, get set up. You know, we'll probably go live at 4 or whatever it is. And he's also having a fundraiser for the local businesses. And it's a ribeye dinner. It's made to order ribeyes. So there's going to be food, which is kind of cool. And it supports all the local
love
business.
to support locals.
Absolutely. So you can get your ribeye cooked however you want it. And that'll be a good time. It's from 4 to 8. And then he said, hey, no problem. Whatever you want to do as far as karaoke, bring it on. You know, let's game on. You know, just
do we need to pre-order, or you just order when you get there?
It's made to order cook, you know, whatever you want. It's like, hey, I want it rare. Hey, I want it bloody. Hey, I want it well done. And that's how we're going to cook it up.
But once we get there, they don't need our pre-orders or
nope,
anything.
Nothing. You just show up 4 to 8 p.m. He's going to be out there cooking it. I think they're cooking it outside. So it's going to be great weather. I just looked. The highs are going to be like in 77, lows 55, 58 at night, sunny. It's like perfect. Sunny and 75. So yeah, it's going to be great weather. You got to get there. It's next Friday. I mean, I'm telling you, the karaoke is going to blow people's doors off. Well, we got some good singing going on. It's going to be a good time. After the happy hour that we're going to do at like 4-ish. That's a live stream. We're going to be live doing this next week, sitting next to each other. Lisa's going to be sweating because I'm just going to be boiling over and hot. It's going to be 77 degrees. I'm going to be hot and like a furnace. No. I'll have my shorts and flip flops on. Won't wear the tank top. I'll spare you.
I will probably
the Sasquatches. Yes, and yeah, it's always great because we have great people that come out. It's free. Don't have to pay anything to walk in the door. Now, obviously, tip your bartender and waitress, and get a ribeye and help the local businesses out. And hey, we'll take donations too. Throw it in the bucket. Send us some Litecoin. But no, I mean, it's free to attend. I mean, if you have not gotten into crypto, I know one person who's coming that doesn't have any crypto and wants to get into it. And some of us, me, whoever, there's smarter people than me there, or than I am. They're going to be there, going to help you download a wallet, write down your seed phrase, know how to custody your own assets, and we'll send you some free Litecoin. I'll send it personally. Send you some Litecoin to this newly created wallet so you can hold it in your own possession. You can use it. You can spend it. You can do it, transfer it, whatever you want. 365 days a year, 24/7, 366 days in a leap year. Do whatever you want with it because there's no bank, no government stopping you from doing that, no middleman. And we don't like middlemen. We don't like middle women. We just like to go peer-to-peer, baby. And you can do that with Litecoin.
Middleman and middle women. That's a new one for me.
So now it's going to be fun. It really is. There's a lot of people coming from California. We got people coming from California. We got people coming from Puerto Rico. We got people coming from Connecticut. We got people coming from Texas and Oklahoma, Michigan, all over the place.
All over. Yeah. It's Chicago.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. We have a friend.
Ohio. We got somebody coming from Ohio. What else? Bringing cats and dogs. They're going to ribeye. No.
That's a big go thing. There.
It's not a thing.
Don't go there. No, it's going to be great.
It really is. I mean, it's you got great people. A lot of people in the chat.
Less than an hour away. Crypto Experiences by St. Jerome says.
St. Jerome, Kent. Good Lord. I always forget because he's not that far from me. He's always there. You know, it's like he's only coming from like a few minutes away.
Yep.
We love Kent. He's always putting out good content.
Yes.
He's promoting and doing everything he can to get into the, you know, get people involved in crypto. And
by St. Jerome. And he does a great wrap up after every one of our meetups. And usually they're hilarious as well. And he has good pictures.
Yeah, he had like the Phantom of the Opera mask the other day.
Oh,
it was interesting. Wasn't the Dogecoin thing, but it was a
Thank
Phantom
God.
of the Opera looking man, or mirror on the wall kind of Phantom of the Opera or something, you know, thing. I don't know. Maybe it was
Very good. Oh, look who's in the house. Our buddy, another friend, J Mac.
J Mac Attack. He's going to be here.
Oh, wonderful.
You just want to go to the meetup to hang out with J Mac because this is like the happiest guy that I've ever known, I think. I mean, he's just like the best spirit. I mean, just the most positive person, and he'll help you and answer any question about crypto, and he'll go down the rabbit hole with you, whatever. You know, he'll tell you everything. Great resource, great person. J Mac.
And Paulie P will be there.
Paulie P will be there. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah. We got people coming from South Carolina, North Carolina. See, I forget. You know, all over the country.
Daddy O will be there.
Yes.
I think.
It's crazy.
I think we've got so many friends coming. Yes.
Trying to get Aquarian to come up.
I know. That would
be working on it.
Too. Yeah. It's going to be a really great meetup.
It really is. I mean, it's worth it. I mean, it's worth the time. Paulie talked about it last night in Spaces to where he's like, it's just, you keep coming back. I mean, you just want to keep coming back because you get re-energized and you get around people that can't talk to people about some of this stuff, right? It's kind of hard. You know, nobody gets it. And you go to your job and, you know, nobody gets it. It's hard to have a conversation. You want to talk about crypto, silver. What's that? You know, show them a silver coin. What's that? Yeah, give me a candy bar. You know, I don't want the silver coin. Give me the candy bar instead. Mark Dice videos. And it's hard to have the conversation with a lot of people. And so you want to be, you know, and they're there, but it's hard to find them. Well, there's the portal, baby. Here's the clearinghouse. I mean, come see us. You know, you're going to have all the like-minded people in one place, and then you can build these relationships that you maintain, and then they introduce you. This is what happens in this meetup. We got new people coming because of the people who have been to the meetups before are talking to their friends, and they come from different, and then next thing you know, they're coming. And so that's what it takes. You're like networking out and spider webbing out, and we're all kind of we're doing the work together and building a community, a global community together. So yeah.
And
or you just go home and watch football and eat Cheetos. I don't know. Whatever.
No, don't do that. It has that fake cheese on it that you don't want to eat. Everybody's helping each other. Like even in the chat right now, people are asking questions and people are saying, hey, I just bought some Litecoin. I was able to transfer it immediately off. No problem. So lots of people there helping each other right away.
Remember the Chris Farley skit where he says, you're going to be living in a van down by the river. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Nowadays it's like, he kind of knew what was going on. Yeah, I think he was right. I'll live in a van down by the river and be left alone. Yeah, I might think about that.
Not be all bad.
But I can't do that, and why? Not that I want to, but today, I almost forgot. I have had such a rough day, all these different things. But today is my anniversary and my wife's anniversary. 21 years.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just like, and so she's working and I'm doing this, and it's like, 21 years. Not going to dinner. Whoops. I'll be doing Spaces later. Yeah.
Whoops. You might be in trouble then.
No, she's good.
No, she's so easygoing. She doesn't care.
No. We talked this morning before she went to work.
Well, good. That's nice.
Yep.
I will be, will I be driving home?
It'll be close, yeah.
It'll be. Our anniversary is the 7th.
You'll be on the road probably.
I'll be on the road driving home from your place.
Yeah, she doesn't even care. She just wants to come to Westwood.
I know. I'm usually there for my anniversary or for my birthday.
You're right. We usually pick that and just,
Yeah.
It's going to be a new moon, so it's in that time frame. I don't know if it's on the 4th. It's right around there. It's going to be dark. And I don't know. We're in fall. Days are getting shorter. What's going to happen? I think the third quarter is going to, or the fourth quarter is going to be big. Third quarter. We're out of the third quarter.
Well, so
October 1st.
here's my thing: is I'm on the road headed to you on the 2nd.
But I don't think it's bad stuff. I think economically, I think, all the assets that we've positioned ourselves in are really going to benefit in this fourth quarter between now and the end of the year. I really believe that.
I hope so, because
No, I really do.
Uncle Cliff said it would happen on a Tuesday, and there's all that stuff. I went through the list yesterday with Johnny, but we should revisit the list, because as of October 1st, and I sent it to you because I was freaking out.
I'm not freaked out. It's going to be okay.
I know you're not.
I ain't worried.
So as of October 1st, first of all, it is National China Day, which kicks off Golden Week.
And they just stimulated their economy by lowering rates, and then their stock market pumped, and so gold's going to start pumping more. I don't know if it's going to pump more. It's pumped pretty high, but something's going to pump. Maybe higher silver, maybe higher crypto, whatever it is. They've loosened the money up. We're loosening money. I mean, you're in this loosening period again to where the money's going to flow, all the debt-based money, and that's going to go into assets. Well, you better get some assets in your own possession.
Okay, so even more things. Didn't I send you the whole list?
You did.
Julian Assange testifies. Congress is to adjourn. There are rumors of port strikes.
Yes, on the 1st. If it doesn't get resolved, there are going to be port strikes.
Basel III kicks in, which means that all the banks,
real assets on the books.
Tons of banks failing because they have to have gold-backed assets on the books. It's just
October. You got Mimblewimble coming to mobile wallets. Probably Cake Wallet first. Big deal. I'm just saying.
That is a big deal.
You've been warned about Litecoin. I mean, if you want a coin, ain't only 84 million, only 4 times as many as Bitcoin, and it's actually optional opt-in privacy to where you can send it. Like paying in cash. Just saying. Privacy is important, especially when you got Big Brother watching everything you do.
I'm just saying.
You need to take that?
No.
Okay.
Well, I had my phone locked, but then I had to unlock it to read my list. And remember, said it would happen on a Tuesday.
Listen, you want to get into Cliff High? I talked about this last night on Spaces. Yeah. I think this is the $100,000 Bitcoin parties in the next 3 months. In the next 3 months. In the next 3 months, I'm not saying it's going to 100,000, but people are going to think it's going to 100,000 between now and Christmas or New Year's. Next 3 months. I mean, I see everything falling into place, and we've never had that language really fulfilled to where people are, hey, they start scheduling it. New Year's Eve, $100,000 Bitcoin party, baby. Once it starts pumping and it's 80,000, it hits the all-time high, really breaks it for real instead of that fake breakout, back earlier this year. When it does it for real, people are going to get excited. They're going to get pumped up, and they're going to be like, oh my God, it's going to go to 100. It's going to go to 100. And I think that energy's coming. I think it's coming in the next 3 months. I could be totally wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. I think you're going to see that language fulfilled.
Well, when it does, choose wisely, loved ones.
Well, I won't be able to benefit from those parties. I'm not invited. I'm looking for the $100 Litecoin party. I'm telling you, it could still go to $1,000 by the end of this year. You might think I'm crazy, but I'm saying it right now.
That's pretty.
The stars are aligned.
That's pretty
bold and brash, isn't it?
Because you do not usually make those kind of statements.
No, that's living large. That's living like Larry, baby. No, I'm telling you, it would not surprise me. I would not be surprised or shocked at all if it happened. There are reasons. Now it may be $100. It may be $70. I don't know, but everything's there to let that happen. Legitimately for that to happen. I'm just saying.
Well, if the Mimblewimble comes out, And that, I mean,
And
that's
Bitcoin's pumping to 100K, and everybody's like, "Oh, the money's flowing." Oh.
because then that's
And
only
then they're like, "Look at Litecoin. Why is it just sitting there doing, and all the things it does?" And Grayscale's got 2 million of them out of the 75 million that exist. It's like, why are they buying it out? Do they know something? I don't know.
right. Because that's the thing is that
I'm
when
just
they're
putting it out there because when I'm right, you're going to look back and you're going to say he wasn't crazy. He wasn't, he kind of might have known something.
all the things that people want out of silver, they want to have freedom money. But when you can't go through a TSA checkpoint with silver on your body without them confiscating it, then silver doesn't work for you. When you can't use Bitcoin because it's an open ledger, then that doesn't work for you. Well, what does all those things? Litecoin on Mimblewimble.
Litecoin. It's the right coin. It's sound money for the digital age. Look into Litecoin.
Man. That's crazy.
There it is.
Wow.
Just laying it out there. I mean, people think that's not realistic, but I mean, you got to look at coins that really don't do a whole lot, like Solana. It was $8 last year. What's it, like 130, $40 now?
I don't even know.
You know what I mean, though? I mean, it's like this is not out of the realm of reality. I mean, in that coin, how many times is it? I mean, the transactions don't go through it. Litecoin's been running in October for 13 years straight, uninterrupted, longest running blockchain, uninterrupted blockchain, 13 years straight. Better than Bitcoin.
No, he'll be 14. It's a year older. Or no, it's a year.
Well, I mean, transactions for under a penny, you can send $1 million and it only costs you less than a penny to send it.
That's the other big thing, because when these people are moving, and that's the thing with like, okay, once again, Michael Saylor, the new Bitcoin Jesus. When Dave said that, I wanted to like give him a little poke.
A Bitcoin Jesus.
Yeah, I was like, no, he's not. Don't call him that. Don't give him that credit because, okay, he's got these big businesses. He can write off those transaction fees and stuff.
Right, and he's borrowing Fed notes to buy the Bitcoin.
Yes, that is not the people's money because normal people can't write off transaction fees to use money. They just need to be able to use money.
That's why he doesn't care. And that's why he's like, pump my bags, baby. You all need to get into Bitcoin. Bitcoin only.
Which I know, Dave, that wasn't your point, but I know you were saying it like tongue in cheek too, because I can hear him yelling at me right now, saying, Lisa, that was not my point.
But I don't know. If you've been in crypto a while, and we talk about in spaces, it's like people who have been in crypto for a long time and have tried to use Bitcoin when people are coming into it. I mean, when people are trying to, getting into crypto, when there's a lot more volume and a lot more transactions being done, it can only handle so many transactions per block. That's the problem. It's limited. It's very limited. And so it's just like Paulie can relate to this. You got a Greyhound bus coming by and you want to get on the bus. There's 50 seats on the bus. There's 500 people waiting to get on the bus. Only 50 people are getting on the bus. And so what happens, this is the Bitcoin bus. You want to get on it? It's like, yeah, I want to get on it. Well, okay, I'll pay $1 transaction fee. And they're like, 50 people say, well, I'll give 5. Another 50 say, no, I'll pay 10. It's like the auction of this big painting, that you're going to see. We got at the Litecoin Summit. Paulie P says 20 Litecoin. He didn't care. He ups it by like 4. And so that you'll get to that point where it's like, I'll pay $200 to get on that bus because I want to get there. I ain't waiting for the next bus. I don't know when it's showing up. Well, you do, but you don't. And so, people are going to bid it up, and that's why the transaction fees of Bitcoin go up when it's congested, because it's like a bidding war. It's like the highest bidder gets to get in the block and go. And they only come around every 10 minutes or so. So if you want your transaction in there, you're going to pay up. And you see it historically that people get so frustrated with Bitcoin because it's like, man, I paid $5. Now I need to pay $30. Well, it's too late. I already paid my $5. So it's sitting there waiting in line, getting bumped. Day later, and this happens, a day later, your transaction hasn't gone through. Is that usable money? Usable digital money? No, it's not. When you need to do it right now, it doesn't work for you. So that's my point. I mean, and people will hit that reality moment again, and Saylor doesn't care though, because he'll pay the $1,000, like you said, and write it off.
And write it off because it's a
But if
business.
you got $10,000 and you want to like move any of it, and it costs you $1,000 to get on that bus, it's not a good value. That doesn't work. Just saying. That's why I'm just like, just look into Litecoin. That's all you got to do. It's the better Bitcoin. It's like the Satoshi white paper of Bitcoin. Just saying. I know. I love the haters. They're going to hate me. I just love it.
Blind days.
Come to the meetup. I'll give you a big hug and send you Litecoin for free. I'll give it to you. Let's see how fast it is. How cheap it is to use.
It's so wonderful. We love it.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Lightning speed.
Lightning speed.
But anyway, I can go off on that rant. I do it in spaces sometimes. I think I put people to sleep. But yeah, they keep coming back.
We all love it.
What are you going to say?
Dave said when Asperger's meets Tourette's.
I don't know if he's talking about me or
I'm thinking. I don't know.
Psychosis meets delusion. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
All I know is that I bought some things this week because here's the thing: every time I buy Litecoin, it's going to go up. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy something with Litecoin this week. Boom, price goes up. I just need to buy more. I need to buy more stuff with Litecoin. The price keeps going up. But I don't care because to me it's an asset that you can use. It's money that's very liquid, and I can use it in many different forms to buy anything I need in the real world. And that's really what money is. It's stored energy that you're going to use later for real things in your real life. And I mean, if you're stuck waiting to try and do it, trying to use it, I mean, talk about frustrating. I'm never frustrated with Litecoin. I mean, it always works. It works quickly. So, I mean, if you haven't used crypto, I guess that's my point in this whole thing. If you've been around long enough to use crypto, actually use it rather than just save it like Saylor and never use it, you realize really quickly that, man, Bitcoin is frustrating. It's very upsetting. It makes you angry. And Ethereum does too when the fees go up. Oh. It makes you mad. And you're just like, I hate it. I'm never using it again. And that's how you feel.
Especially when you learn the backstory on that and find out
what's let's get into that. I mean, that's
really happening and how that was all planned and who's making the money on that and who's, Lubin's bags getting pumped. And I mean, that kind of stuff. I mean, because that's that old legacy system that was trying to come in and I don't know, that whole thing just made me really angry when I learned about all that. That's some dark stuff though.
Yeah, that's just it. I mean,
she got 2 years.
Yes. That little hot little number, 2 years. She pulled a 2 card.
SBF's girlfriend. I was surprised that she got any time at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she'll do time like at, where Martha Stewart went or whatever, one of those little Fed jails or whatever.
They'll let her start an OnlyFans while she's in there.
I don't think anyone would want to say that. I know what that means.
That'd be the only time
I
never watch it again.
I know what that means.
Yeah, so it's it's interesting that she did get 2 years, and we'll see how long. Maybe we're at that time though. Maybe we're at that time where we're going to start seeing some justice, and people will start going to jail. Now, I think there's people that were pulling the strings. You look at her lineage, and you look at where they came from. Mm-hmm. I mean, these people, these kids. I don't think we're the masterminds behind it. Let's just say that. FTX.
No, those people have been sacrificing their children for years.
Absolutely. And this was, 2-year sacrifice. No big deal. Mm-hmm. I think there might be a Gary Gensler connection to that.
Like summer camp for them. Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. So, the main thing is learn how to get these assets in your possession because you want things that are useful, that have utilitarian purposes. When you need to use them, you want to be able to use them. I mean, there's no sense having something that, it's not liquid that that nobody wants. I mean, you can have a stack of, hey, I've got 90% of pink dogs, in the entire world. I'm a whale. And that's like nobody wants the pink dog. Okay, we don't care. Nobody wants to buy the pink dog. It's like it's not liquid. Well, it says on this price sheet, this is what it's worth. That's like, yeah, but nobody's trading the pink dog. There might be one person here and there, and it's just like nobody wants the pink stuffed dogs.
That's where the free market is so important.
Right.
Like, what's the market?
Like the government then comes along and says, hey, we'll give you a no bid contract for pink stuffed dogs, and that is what it's worth now because they print up money to buy it.
Yeah, when I'm doing like my thrift flip resale thing, it's so important to look and see what the sell-through rate is. Like, you might think it's beautiful, but if no one else is buying them, like, you can pick it up and it's going to sit on your shelf for a long time.
Yeah. Here, I'll throw in a free feather duster with it because you're going to need it.
Right. That's a great idea. Hey.
Right, free feather duster.
Free
because you're going to need it.
So. Yeah. Because it's so important to know what your market, know your buyer.
Right.
And you have to, know what the sell-through rate is. It's crazy. Like, I've sold this one. It's the weirdest thing. There are these glitter. They have floating red glitter Christmas lights. And they're like, I pick them up anytime I see them. I pick them up because they will sell like within 30 days and I make $30. And I usually get them for like anywhere from $1 to $5.
Yeah.
And
now, is this something you would have bought because you find value in it?
No.
But the things that, some examples. What are some, I imagine, there are times where you're like, why would anybody buy this?
Costa Boda.
You buy it and then it sells. You're like, why are people buying this?
Costa Boda votives. People love the shit out of them. They look like little snowballs. I don't know why, but if I buy them, they fly off the shelves. Yeah, there's just certain things that people love them.
It's like a psychological experiment. You could like write some kind of paper or something, on it's like, I have no idea why people buy these things. They fly off the shelf.
Vintage.
They're stupid, but they fly off the shelf.
Vintage Nortaki dishes, specifically like the dinner plates. And if they're like the mom knows how to say the word right, it's the ones with the M on it because they're pre-World War II.
Okay.
And so, and they're all hand painted and whatever, and they're hard to find and whatever, but people are always adding to like their grandmother's set or whatever, and it's hard to find, like that kind of stuff.
As Paulie P cringes right now.
Oh, I know he hates it, but I sell the shit out of dishes.
Hey.
I mean, it's crazy.
These saucers are flying off the shelf.
Flying saucers. Yes. It's so funny. Yeah. I don't know. I could probably go back through my last week's sold stuff and show you like what sold in the last week or whatever, or even like the last couple days or whatever, but just bizarre things.
And then things that you think have real value probably sit.
Well, no, those I keep for myself.
That's this wing of the warehouse.
Yeah.
The Lisa wing.
It's terrible because we're talking about selling the house and building next to mom. And so we're like looking around our house and we're like, oh my God, how are we going to pack all this? Because you've been here since we started.
Oh yeah.
Collecting. And so we're like,
I have to say you're very well organized though. With the shelving and the system that you got going on, but it's just like you kind of need a warehouse. But you're organized and how you're doing it. It's just that it's not equipped for what you're doing.
No.
And so I think that's part of the move. That's probably but you'll make it work.
So we have a sale on right now, 20% off everything in the eBay store. And then starting October 1st to try to clear out, I'm going to do 30% off everything. We talked about it today. Because I'm like, okay, if we can just sell a bunch of stuff, because we have so many great resources. We can go get a lot more stuff once we get moved. But
Exactly.
like, oh gosh,
Huh.
what day is my mother's birthday? Oh, I thought he was asking my birthday. I was like, oh, it's October 21st. I think he's talking about Viva Flav's birthday
21.
next May.
Blackjack.
Her mother's 65th birthday. Oh, sweet.
It's funny. Around here, it's everybody's birthday except mine every day.
Westwood's in a house full of girls, and he does
Yeah, it's like
cater to
you know,
them.
they say, "Hey, can I get an early Christmas gift?" And I said, "Every day's Christmas around here. What are you talking about?
Yes.
It's Christmas every day." I mean, no lie.
And we feel the same way about you, Light Shadow, and everybody here in the chat. We love you guys. I'm so grateful for all of.
I really do. I mean, I love these
Looking
people.
forward to these the live chats. I'm so thankful for our live chat community and everybody that shows up on spaces and the meetups. I'm just so grateful for our community. Like going through the great infection and all of this chaos and you know, I think the great reset is not about money to me, but about a mindset
Yeah, I
and
agree.
finding truth in the
Yeah.
world. And a lot of it is about like surrounding yourself with like-minded people and truth seekers. And I'm most grateful for our community and all of that.
You know, that's how this kicked off. I got a sign on the wall over there that says Westwood and Cat, Red Cat Life. I mean,
Yeah,
she
so sweet.
sent this sign to me, and it says Westwood. It's got a big W, and it says established 2020 because that was our first meetup. It was in the midst of this whole COVID thing, and nobody had a meetup. Everything was canceled. All the Bitcoin stuff, conferences, all the stuff was canceled. I'm like, I'm doing a meetup here, and let's do a meetup. And she's like, I'm not scared. And that's what we did. And it's just like, and so yeah, I mean, out of that, it's sometimes you just say, F it, I'm gonna do it myself. And I'm not gonna depend on the world, I'm not gonna depend on society to give me permission to do anything. I'm just gonna do it. And I'm gonna make it work. And if you build it, they will come. And here we are.
And it's such a great safe space. I was gonna say safe space. I can't believe it's a safe place, but it's like so relaxing. Like there's all these little hubs, like people will be out in the pavilion hanging out. Somebody will be, outside by the fire pit. Somebody will be like
do your own thing. Passed out on the couch. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dog sitting on top of
J-Mac's there, he'll be teaching somebody something.
Oh yeah, he'll be the latest thing. He'll be into it.
The latest thing.
I'll be like, what are you talking about? 6 months later, I'm like, oh yeah, J-Mac was talking about that. Shoot, I guess I missed it again.
I mean, it's so much fun, and it's just a great vibing with the tribe kind of thing. And I hope everyone can make it. I think
absolutely.
It's not a safe space. You're right, Allie. I'm so sorry. I like abhor
this is the most unsafe space you've ever seen.
Ask Javi.
Oh, he's got scars to prove it.
He's been injured at the safe space. Yes.
He's been burned.
Welcome.
Got burned.
J-Mac's prepping now. All right. Well, I really don't have I was gonna play some funny little Twitter things, but I think everybody knows everything.
Instead, you got Westwood for that, right?
Yeah.
I'm your entertainment. Yeah.
I'm just kind of burnout.
I'm ready. I'm ready for everybody to start showing up. I'm ready for this meetup. I'm ready to, go to the local bar and just hang out. I mean, we used to go across the river, into Peoria and, I'm like, let's do it close. Let's do it, at a hometown bar and, they appreciate it and TVs everywhere, play pool. And
it's such a cool, it's like literally a town square with the little pavilion. It looks like something out of Charlotte's Web. It is like red brick town square, has the little
big pavilion in the middle,
the town square,
the old courthouse, the county courthouse at Lincoln used to be on the circuit, and practice law.
Adorable. Yes. Yeah. There's a little coffee bar.
Yeah,
there's
a little coffee shop. Yeah. I think there's a candy shop now on the square.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, you can go in there and get yourself a little bit of chocolate. You know,
That's
you got the,
cute.
and there's a new Mexican restaurant. Of course, there's a Mexican restaurant.
Oh,
But there's
Charlotte.
a Mexican. We went there and ate, and I'm like, we're good.
Well, good. Hey, Josh Lake. We miss
Hey, where
you.
you at? You coming?
Silver Lake.
10-4. Get to the meetup.
Get to the meetup, Silver Lake.
Drive. There's a few guys coming from California. Maybe you can hitch a ride. I think they're flying.
Are they?
Yeah. Be a long drive.
That would be a long drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the left coast to the, I don't know what you'd call this place. Illinois is a weird state. Most of it's, all the counties are like red counties and very conservative. And then you've got like a big cesspool in the northeast. And then,
It's
you know,
really
a few
just that one city
blue
that
tinkles, you know, and, you know, all around. But for the most part, it's a very conservative area. Where I'm at, I just had a conversation last night. All right, so I'm like, I better fill up the water tank. And so I had the guy come out and do it. And he came with his wife. And so I said, come in here, let me pay you. How much I owe you? So I give him a little extra. And then, you know, we're standing here talking, and I say, hey, you know, next Friday, having a little meetup uptown. I mean, you might want to, you know, and we started talking, and, you know, we were talking about all the freedom stuff and, you know, Second Amendment and all the things, and great conversation with both of them. It kind of, you know, they think, you know, hey, you know, we thought about moving to Missouri, and, you know, we had the discussion, and I'm like, the thing is, I mean,
Arkansas is nice.
Arkansas is nice. Got some water down there. Got some good water in Arkansas, do you?
Good water in Arkansas.
Yeah, and so, you know, people understand that, you know, you can only get shafted for so long, and you start looking for options. I, on the other hand, enjoy the shafting, and I am the same put, and I'm just going to carve out my own little kingdom and bubble here, and try to navigate through this beast vampire casino system, because the way I look at it is, if I had moved to Texas, they're all moving there. All these blue state people are moving there, and I'm like, you know what? People are leaving Illinois, and I'm thinking, I don't like people. They're leaving. Maybe I should just stay here. Anyway.
Well, and I think that's the whole stop asking permission. Like Johnny said,
just live your dream.
You say, like, why are we asking them, you know, government harder, daddy, all that kind of stuff. Like, why do we keep asking, do I need to ask you permission? No, if you are a free man doesn't ask permission. We are all free. The government, you know, the Constitution.
The thing is, you voluntarily participate into it with all the contractual laws and all the things that you do. You're contracting into all these bad things.
Contracting with these vampires, like you say. Stop asking permission from people that don't have authority of you. Stop participating in their sick games.
Yep. Here's a point. And somebody, you're like, well, how do you do that? I mean, it's easy to talk about. Okay. Here's a good example. You know, we've heard all the news about these cities in the U.S. that, you know, have all these immigrants that have been, you know, like flooding, you know, flooding in.
They aren't asking permission.
No. And guess what? The citizens are complaining. It's like, they're taking our benefits. They're taking our houses. They're unaccountable. They're driving down the street getting in wrecks. We're calling the police, and the police are doing nothing because they said we can't do anything. Now think about that. What do you mean they can't do anything? Is it because they're not citizens?
Right.
And the problem is that we are citizens, and if you understand what that means that you have contracted into a corporation out of DC. And once you get that, and it's like, because I hear this coming up many times, and it's clicking, it's really ringing bells with me, because people are saying, I'm a U.S. citizen, and they're getting treated better than I am. And I'm like, yeah, because that's the game. Because if you're not a U.S. citizen,
again slowly, say that back to yourself. When you say that out loud, say it back to yourself. Yeah, and then what does that mean to you?
And go look it up. Go look it up in the codes. What is a citizen defined as? And then you're like, wait a minute, am I just like playing a game here, and I just kind of got duped, and I'm really free, but I kind of volunteered not to be free?
Yeah, who's free in that scenario?
Right, because they're the ones that have all the freedom, and you're complaining about it. You're like, well, I'm entitled to this because I'm a citizen. It's like, well, you're calling yourself a citizen. You better understand what you're calling yourself. Just saying.
I think that's why
you're either sovereign or you're not.
They never released Trump's taxes for that reason. They asked him for them. He submitted them, and then
And
they
then
never
ghosted
released
it.
them
Not
because
a word. Not a
they
peep.
did not want all of us to know, don't
Well,
hate
he
the
might know
player,
something that we don't want the
hate the
people to know, so
game.
we're just gonna shut up.
Yep. Don't hate the player.
Because
Hate
that was a big deal. Oh, release your taxes. Nothing. Ghosted.
Then
Once
they
they
got
got it,
them.
they shut up.
Yep. And
Didn't
they
say a
just,
word. Nothing. So it makes you think, well, what was there that they don't want people to know about? Because it was a big deal.
mhm.
Big campaign problem. Hillary, release your taxes. Okay.
Was there a there?
Something there.
Something there. I know I'm going to be there. I'm going to be at Westwoods. Go to clintwestwood.net, and I hope you're there. I hope
And
you
get you some Litecoin.
get some
Download wallet. I'll send you Litecoin. Sound money for the digital age. You'll see how easy it is. By then, it'll probably be like, $100. We're going to have a Westwood pump, baby. We're going to hit quarter 4. It's the fourth quarter. Game's on the line. It's time. $100
And
Litecoin.
we will
Westwood,
also
yeah.
be at Spaces later tonight. Find the link in the description to follow Clint Westwood on Twitter. Thank you guys for showing up in the chat. We love all of you. You're amazing. We love our fam, and we will see.
I do love them all. I'll give everybody a big hug. I gave them big hugs last night. The guy that brought the water and his wife. She's like, "Oh, it's great to meet you." And I was like, "Get over here."
Oh no, all the hugs, all the hugs.
Gave her a
And you
big
have to
hug,
do
and
the
she's
heart
like,
hug.
"Oh, he's a hugger."
The heart, remember
And
the
I
heart?
grabbed him. She's like, "Oh, he's gonna hug you," and I hugged him, and he's like, "Oh."
All the hugs, all the love.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys all soon. I can't wait. See you next week, and
It's gonna be epic.
talk to you tonight on Twitter. Bye.